they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I felt it in.
Welcome to the first live episode of BWT. I'm Teddy. Got my guys with me over there. Got Carl and Joe.
What's my name?
All right, sorry. We got no hitter Carl. My guy Joe Vaughn. Sir, we got a heavy show for you guys today. But before we start, I want you guys to all make sure you like this video, share it on all three platforms: Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Let's go. Light up this comment section. We'll be tuning into that. So let's get right into it. The MLB standings right now. The AL East. The Tampa Bay Rays are still in first place. They're 57-34, but they're losing. They were losing last time I checked, 4-0 against the Braves. The Orioles are 53-35, 2.5 games back. The Yankees are 49-41, 7.5 games back. The Blue Jays are 49-41, 7.5 games back as well. And at the bottom of the division, we got the Red Sox, 47-43, with 9.5 games back. What's your guys' take on this division, Carl?
First of all, it's always got to be a hater, man. Hey, look, dude, hey, you just can't satisfy people. Throw a no hitter. Oh, it wasn't a perfect game. They hit 2 home runs. Oh, it wasn't 3 home runs. Like, come on, man. What more you want, man? But first of all, you're welcome, Orioles. Second of all, I'm not really surprised at number one. Tampa Bay Rays is a great team. Always had great pitching, got a good bullpen, good starters. Offense can be hit or miss at times, but I'm not surprised that they're number one. I believe you said the Yankees were 2, correct?
Third. Right?
So 2 is the Orioles?
Yeah.
Orioles are surprised at 2 from the beginning to now. Like throughout the season, them being 2 isn't a surprise. But if you ask me, would I be surprised at the beginning of the season that it would be 2? That's a surprise there. They've been playing well. I do remember the first episode. I watched the Orioles, and offense really isn't an issue. It was more so pitching. If they can fix the pitching, the Orioles could be really good. And now they're number 2. Yankees at 3rd is a bit of a surprise. Like you like to say, y'all got like $100 million or so on the IL. And that
just got back like 40 million.
The offense kind of stunk because of it. So y'all to still be middle of the pack is pretty good for the amount of turmoil y'all going through. Once y'all can get those players back, y'all can make a run. I don't know if you'll make a push for first because the Rays are really good, but second to get that wild card spot, you can make that push there. Blue Jays at 4th. Not really surprised there. And the Red Sox last. Sorry, I'm not surprised either. I know y'all 5-1 against the Yankees. Y'all also whooped my team a couple months ago, but not really surprised that y'all in last. Y'all had to go of who was it, Xander Bogaerts, who was kind of basically y'all best player last year. I think y'all lost Evaldi, correct, to the Rangers last year. So lost some pitching there. Chris Sale was hurt. I believe. So not really surprised that Boston's in last.
Kevon, how do you feel?
No, I definitely think the first two teams, Tampa Bay and the Orioles, they definitely have something special going on within both of their organizations. Where I think those two teams are probably going to sit at the top of the division for the rest of the year, and I think it's going to be a battle between the Blue Jays, the Yankees, and the Red Sox for that third place spot. I think that's going to keep switching up and down, but I mean, as far as the Red Sox go, even though, yeah, I agree with you, Carl, that we lost Bogarts, we do have something special going on. Like, it may not seem like that because we're in last place, but the record is really not that bad. If you look at it as a whole, it's really not that bad, and all it takes is probably like 2 weeks of some hot baseball, and we're right back in it. But, I mean, I think those three teams, the Blue Jays, the Yankees, and the Red Sox, are really going to be battling for that third spot. I think the Orioles and the Rays, they just got something special going on in their clubhouse. But I think it's going to come down to playoffs for them, lack of experience. Like, the Orioles are probably going to have a rough time in the playoffs, and I think the Rays, they always seem to choke in the playoffs. But ever since they made it to the World Series that 1 year.
Teddy, I see your face.
Yo, what was that? You said the best team in the league? What's that?
Hey, but
Joe said the Red Sox sometimes
said,
look like the best team in the league.
Yeah, that's
I agree. I agree with that statement. There are times. I mean, we just beat up on Evaldi the other day, and we let go of him, right? We just beat up on him. That felt pretty good.
That's still crazy.
We're beating the really good teams. That's the thing that really I just can't understand. The Red Sox, they beat the most talented teams, and then we're losing to the sucky teams. So if we can eliminate that and just play up all the time, I think we'll see a big change this after the All-Star break.
Yeah, I watched a couple of y'all games. I like y'all leadoff Durant. I like Brad.
He's nice. He's also very young too. He's got a lot of growth.
He's tough.
Yeah, he went 5 for 5 the other day.
He's
tough. Today too.
Like, it's crazy. So the AL Central, the Twins are.
You ain't got no input, Teddy?
Huh?
You ain't got no input, Teddy?
Oh yeah, that's right.
He skipped himself. His own stuff.
I mean, honestly, man. I mean, the Rays, just like you guys said, the Rays and the Orioles have been playing some good baseball. The Yankees just had a series with the Orioles, and the first 2 games were great. The third one was okay, but it was, and then the last one was just terrible. It was 14-1 or something. I think we got on the board late in the game, but Severino had another bad start. But this division, I feel like the Yankees, once they get back into it, like once they get the injuries taken care of, and I think they are ready to take over this. What?
He's making fun of my division because we stink.
Oh goodness! Come on, Jerry.
Throw a no-hitter first and talk to me.
Wait till I get to the NL East. But I feel like the Red Sox. I mean, I haven't really been watching them, but what I've living in Boston and seeing it, and like hearing Jovan talk about them all the time. I guess they have something cooking. I don't know, but the kids are still starving, so. They're at the bottom of the barrel right now, so hopefully they can, like Jovan said, it's pretty much 2 weeks of good baseball, and they're right back in it. But if the Yankees, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw Giancarlo today, 2 absolute bombs. Well, one was a bomb, and then one, like, it was ruled it hit like the top of the wall. It was ruled a home run, but I'll take it. But I think the Yankees definitely move up into second place. I don't trust the Orioles. I mean, we just split with them, and they're not that good.
They beat y'all by almost 2 touchdowns in a baseball game.
Bro.
Let them know, Carl. Let them know.
I mean, like,
It
no
doesn't
offense.
matter.
I ain't got no dog in the fight, but like, you can't say
No, I get you. I get you, but
Brother, this guy stinks.
Oh my God, man,
oh
Jerry, leave my
man,
division alone. Are you jealous because you're not in the division? Huh?
Hold
oh
up.
man.
Huh?
So moving on to the AL Central, we got the Twins at 45 and 45 in first place. We got the Guardians at 44 and 44. Tigers 39 and 49. They're 5 games back. The White Sox are 38 and 53. They're 7.5 games back, and the Kansas City Royals are 25 and 64. 19.5 games back. Yeah, you heard me. You need a squirrel. All right, Jerry. Jovan, how do you feel about this division?
It just, I mean, I've been hoping that it gets better, but it just seems to just keep getting worse and worse. From top to bottom, it's just awful. But the Guardians, I think, probably have the most promise out of any team in that division, just because of their coaching, and they proved it in the playoffs last year that they know how to play small ball. So I think I'd be the team to watch. Probably is Cleveland over the Twins, even though the Twins are sitting on top. But I would have money on the Cleveland Guardians for sure.
Carl, how do you feel
Actually
about your
got
own division?
I actually got the Guardians winning the division too. I mean, the Twins got a couple of good starting pitchers, but I think the Guardians they got a couple of good starting pitchers too. So I think they'll get it together, like Jovan said. As far as the Royals, I mean, we all knew they stunk again. They have Salvador Perez and Bobby Witt Jr. That's basically about it. And the White Sox somehow, some way, are still only like 5, 6 games behind around that 5.5.
7.5.
So again,
With a
somehow
losing
they're
record.
kind of still in it. And I think they were in this position like last year and made a push towards the end, just fell short. So I mean, I will also watch out for them because they streak somehow. But that's all I got to really say. And leave my division alone, okay? We got 2 teams that's 500. All right, dang.
I mean, yeah, I see the Guardians figuring it out in this division. I think they win it the last 2 years, or was
So I know they won last year.
okay? But I mean, that offense can swing it. They'll beat you by 1,000 paper cuts. You know.
Yeah.
And then they just got back Tristan McKenzie. He came back, so that's gonna be good for them.
He's gone again, like Jerry's saying. I haven't seen a pitch in a while.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, I think he's gone again.
Damn.
Yeah, that sucks.
Sad
I like
story.
McKenzie.
Sad story.
Hey, producers, I don't need the funeral music. I mean, I hope we make a push.
So in the AL West, we got the Texas Rangers leading the division at 52 and 38. The Houston Astros are 49 and 40, 2.5 games back. The Mariners are 44 and 43, 6.5 games back. The Angels are 45 and 45, 7 games back. And the A's are 25 and 66, 27.5 games back. I mean, are the A's going to sell the team or what?
They're moving. They're moving for sure.
Yeah, I can't talk.
Like,
They're moving to Las Vegas for sure.
they have, I mean, 25 wins. That's bad. But the Rangers are, Carl, I'm going to give you the credit, man. When we sat down and talked about in the beginning, before the season even started, he had the Rangers winning this division. I kind of looked at him funny, but hey, they're sitting pretty right now. Even with DeGrom out, So
Two of those guys, I said they're big money guys who step up. And I believe both of them are in the All-Star game.
yes, yep, Seager and Simeon.
Yes, sir.
Yep. But I mean, the Astros are playing some pretty good baseball right now. The Mariners, maybe they get some momentum after the All-Star thing happens there, right? Just that feel, especially if J-Rod wins the home run derby. That would feel good for them going into it. But Carl, how do you feel about this division?
So appreciate the shout out, Teddy, about the Rangers. But other than that, it pretty much going how I thought it would go. I thought the Astros might be second. You said third was the Mariners, correct? If fourth Angels, then obviously last the Athletics. The thing about this division though, the Mariners have won a couple games. They were below 500 about a week ago. May or may not have cost me some money. Not gonna lie, in one of those wins. But we move on. But yeah, the division is shaking out to be a really good division. Rangers are playing great baseball. They can get hot, and once they get hot, it's over. I seen it myself. They did it to my Tigers. The Angels were playing really good at one point. Now they're starting to fall back to being the Angels, which sucks because the playoffs need Ohtani and Trout. But
Yeah,
it's looking like a lost cause. But overall, this is a really good division. It's just the Athletics is holding it back. But great division.
Jovan?
Yeah, I agree. The Oakland Athletics, they're definitely holding this division back for sure. I think I'm gonna shake it up a little bit, and I'm just gonna predict here. I think it's gonna be the Astros win the division. I think the Mariners come in second. I think the Rangers finish in third. Uh, Angels fourth, and then we're gonna go with Oakland last. I think that's my prediction. Just because the Astros have been there, done that, and they're so good at second half getting hot and really like, all right, it's crunch time. We know how to play when it's crunch time. So I think you're going to see a completely different team in the second half for the Houston Astros. And I think the same thing with the Mariners. The Mariners, I agree with you, Teddy. Them having the All-Star game in Seattle, I think it's going to light a fire under them, and they're going to get pushing strong. And then it's going to be like, all right, Rangers, have you faced this kind of heat? And not in a long time have they faced this kind of pressure. So if they start falling behind, I can see the Astros finishing first, Mariners finishing second, and then the Rangers finishing third. So that's just a wild prediction from me.
Hey, look, I had to take a wild one ahead of man, and then the Rangers on top, so I feel you.
Yep.
Yep. And now
Not to take away from the Rangers either. The Rangers have been playing outstanding baseball.
Yeah, for sure. Their offense can hit, and their pitching is doing just enough to keep them in contention to do something special this season. So we got the NL East, right? We got the Braves at 59-28, leading the division. The Marlins are 52-39, 9 games back. The Phillies are 48-40. They're 11.5 games back. The Mets are 42-46, 17.5 games back. If you thought it got bad with the Mets, it gets a little worse. The Nationals are 35-54, 25 games back. Jovan, how do you feel about this division?
It honestly sounds picture perfect to me. I think the Braves are definitely going to win this division for sure. The Marlins, they're honestly a shocker to me. I honestly was rooting against them, like for all the moves they made. Like it didn't make sense to me getting all those hitters that kind of all played third base. So I was kind of like, what are they gonna do here? Like they had Jazz, they had Luis Arias, they added
Segura, right? James Segura.
Mm-hmm. Segura, yep.
Who is the
Jorge
other?
Soler.
That was a great pickup from them. Wendell. Well, I'm thinking of Wendell.
Oh, Joey Wendell.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, Wendell was another like type player who kind of seemed to fit like the same mold as like Gene Segura and Luis Arias. So I'm like those three guys, and then you have Jazz as well. So I'm like, where are all these guys gonna fit? Like I know you want hitting, but position wise, I don't see it like adding up. And they honestly they proved me wrong 1,000%. They played in Boston recently, and they absolutely crushed the baseball last week. They destroyed us. So, end of the day, I think the Marlins might have something going for them right now. I think the Braves win it, and I don't know about the Phillies, man. They spent a lot of money, and they're not playing up to it. So, we'll see what happens there. And the Mets is just playing god awful. And then the Nationals, I'm not too surprised after they sold the team. They're kind of they're in a rebuild stage right now. So I think it all looks good to me in that division.
Moment of silence for the Nationals.
Yeah, that's for the Nationals.
Yeah, Cole.
Hey, look, I agree with Javon. I mean, not about the whole hidden thing, because that's more in depth than my knowledge. So I can't say I agree or disagree with that one. Can't even take credit for that. But but other than that, the Marlins are a surprise for me as well. More so, Sandy, like Jerry said, I'm so disappointed. Sandy was one of my favorite pitchers last year. He's been so bad compared to last year. It's ridiculous. But other than that, the division kind of shaking. I think I had the Mets higher because Verlander, Tigers fan, so gotta rep my boy Verlander and Mad Max. But hey, Teddy warned me, Mets are going to Met. That's why when he was saying what he said, I seen that smirk on his face. Couldn't wait to say it. But hey, look, my last thing I gotta say is 39 is more than 35. If you know, you know.
Oh man. I feel like this division's over. They're really just playing for the wild card right now. And the Phillies made a good jump in the second half last year. Then they ended up in the World Series. So maybe they can do it again with the addition of Trey Turner and Harper getting a little healthier with his arm and stuff like that. Like Carl said, the Mets will Met. I don't understand why they went to a senior citizen home and tried to get starting pitching, and gave them hold up.
Also coaching, coaching. Buck Showalter, he just goes somewhere and he blows the whole place up.
Hold up 1 second. Hold it 1 second. We got a super chat. My guy Tomo, he said, #BWT for the win, #Natitude, #become a member, #R2L.
I'm so mad he sent that in the super chat because now I can't slander him. I'll say it in the chat.
Go ahead, Jovan. What were you saying?
No, I'm saying you said they went to the senior citizen home for their pitching. I also think they went to the senior citizen home with their coaching as well, with Buck Showalter. I remember when he was the coach for the Orioles, and he just was god awful, and he's doing the same exact thing with the Mets, and it's a shame because he had Lindor and he had Baez, and he still couldn't find a way to win with that team. So, and he had some great pitching depth as well. So I'm honestly not surprised, and I blame the head coach. I won't be surprised if he loses his job after the season.
Hey, Teddy, can I say one more thing? Yeah. I have a friend who I'm going to try to get on this show who's like really knowledgeable in baseball, but he lives in Cali, so the time difference might not work out. He warned me about Sandy last year, and I hated that I had to tell him that he was right.
Yeah, he's definitely – he won Cy Young last year.
Yeah, Sandy, yeah. And while he did all that, he was trying to tell me.
He's got like a 6 ERA right now. It's crazy. Insane. And then they just sent down Yuri Perez to AA, not even a AAA, to AA.
Wow.
I mean, he got smacked around by the Braves. He only got one out, and then I think the start after that he didn't last too long. So they got to figure him out. Command or something.
But his ERA was like around a 1 something or something like that, right before those 2 games.
Yeah, he was doing well, but I guess they didn't like what they were seeing, so they sent him down to Double-A to get some work in. NL Central, we've got the Cincinnati Reds. Hold up. My boy Ricardo Smith sent another super chat. BWT, let's go Teddy. Appreciate you. We got the Cincinnati Reds at 50 and oh my god.
Okay, Teddy.
Hold up. We've got another super chat. My guy Jerry, Orioles will win the AL East. Hashtag book it.
And you gotta accept it. You gotta accept the super chat too.
Bruh.
So we got the Milwaukee Brewers in second place at 48 and 42, 2 games back. The Cubs are 41 and 47, 8 games back. The Pittsburgh Pirates are 40 and 49, 9.5 games back. And the St. Louis Cardinals are 37 and 52, 12.5 games back. My bad, Cardo. So, Jovan, how do you feel about this division?
I'm honestly disappointed in the Cardinals. I know losing Yadier was a big hit, but they also got Wilson Contreras, which I thought would be a good fit for that organization. I mean, that dude's he's a gritty ball player. He's always in everyone's face. He wants to win. Like, he won't stop at anything to win, So I thought he was going to be a good fit. It just doesn't seem like anything's going their way right now. Who did you say was at the top of this division?
Reds.
Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah. I mean, the kid Ali De La Cruz is like a generational talent. I won't be surprised if he's a face by the MLB if he keeps up what he's doing. And then who's in second?
The Brewers.
Wow. I'm surprised that the Brewers are in second, I'd have to say. And then
we had the Cubs, the Pirates, and then the Cardinals.
So the Pirates have been playing some bad baseball the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a tough division to kind of decide who's going to be where. But I think I would not be surprised if Ellie De La Cruz is healthy if they finish in first place, the Reds do. And hopefully the Cardinals can hit a stride and gain some traction and at least get to third. If not, it'd be a disappointing season for them. The Pirates already overachieved in my eyes, to be honest.
I'm so sad about the Pirates. I was rooting for them. We was rooting for you, and now you just fell back apart. Like, Brian Reynolds got that extension, and then everything just came crashing down. It sucks. I was actually rooting for them. The only time you're gonna catch me rooting for a Pittsburgh team, by the way. Anyway, the Reds being at first, it's a happy surprise because they were at the bottom of the barrel, and then they just rattled off like 11, 12 straight. And I was like, you know what? I can root for this. Like, I like stuff like that. I like the underdog rising to the top. Like you said, Ellie De La Cruz, but also Andrew Abbott, who actually in his last start, which I believe was yesterday, got rocked. But other than that, besides that start, he was a weapon. He was going crazy. Yeah. Joey Votto come out every blue moon and just blast the ball. You know what I'm saying? Jonathan India, I really like Jonathan India, nice young guy. I do like the Reds, so I can see them finishing first. Brewers finishing second, I can see that as well. Even though their pitching for the guys they have has been inconsistent, if I would say so. But yeah, I'm more so sad about the Pirates. And then last you said was the
St. Louis Cardinals.
Oh yeah, I agree with you, Javon. I'm highly disappointed in the Cardinals. It's not even, it's so bad. And I know Arenado tried to come out and say something to spark his team, and it probably worked like a week, and then it went right back. But yeah, it's the Cardinals, and I'm sad. I expected so much more from them.
Yeah, definitely. The Reds are the biggest surprise in the league for me. This team is legit, like Jerry said. But this kid De La Cruz, man, he stole 3 bases in 2 pitches.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Insane. If he can stay healthy, and then if O'Neal Cruz can come back, I see the Pirates making a run for the wild card. But other than that, if the Reds stay healthy, I like the way they're playing ball right now. So I see them staying on top of this division.
I forgot about O'Neal Cruz.
Yeah. Yep. So that's another hit for them. I mean, the rest of their offense is playing pretty well. I don't know if you guys saw Carlos Santana hit that walk-off the other day, and then he was gritty.
That was dope.
Yeah, that was against the Dodgers, right? I was watching. No, wait, which one was it? Somebody hit a walk-off against the Dodgers, I believe.
It might have been the White Sox, I think.
Yeah, I was watching one that he won 9-7 against the Dodgers.
Yeah.
He hit some bachata before he hit home plate. That was fire.
Yeah. He went crazy. Yeah, Jerry, in 3 pitches.
That alley thing was crazy because he played it all so smooth. Like he slid in the third and like he was acting like he was dusting himself off, but he was looking the whole time. And as soon as they slipped up, took off.
Right. Crazy. The last division we got is the NL West. The Arizona Cardinals are leading this division at 52-38. The Dodgers are in second place, 50-38, a game back. The Giants are 48-41, 3.5 games back. The Padres are 41-47, 10 games back. And the Rockies are 34-56, 18 games back. Jovan, what do you think?
Wow. Do you guys know about Corbin Carroll? Like, is he hurt for a while, or what's the situation?
Didn't he play yesterday? I think he played yesterday.
Yeah, I think he hit a walk-off.
Yeah.
Really?
I saw a video that was like maybe like
He played yesterday. He got an RBI, I think, early.
Yeah.
All right, that kid is a game changer. I saw he did get injured. I wasn't sure like if it was something serious or not, but he's definitely a game changer. So I can definitely see the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers at the top of the division. The Padres, it's another team. Spent so much money and they're just not backing it up. It's like, dude, you spent all that money and you're just letting it go to waste at this point. It's kind of disappointing. Same with. Very similar team to the Mets. Like they just spent so much money and they're not doing anything with it. But other than that, I think the guys at the bottom are going to stay there. I don't see the Padres making it too far. Maybe a wild card spot if they're lucky, but I think the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers can definitely stay at the top of this division.
All right. Look, I remember I came on your show and I said I like the Diamondbacks. I think they play better than what their record show. But I ain't like them like that. Like I ain't think it was to this extent at all. Like to them being in first place is for sure a shock. Like I didn't like I liked them. I like watching them. I'm like, okay, this team's not as bad as they say, but I didn't mean it like first place. No.
Yeah.
So shout out to them. And my boy Christian Walker still was playing pretty good baseball. I know I made that wild, wild go against the grain MVP pick, but he's still playing really well. The average came down a bunch. It's not at 300 no more, but still hitting a home run, still got a lot of RBIs. The Dodgers, they're always going to be in play for first place. I would never count them out. Like Jovan said, the Padres has just been very disappointing. I can't really say too much. I don't know what's going on there. You get Tatis, you got Soto, you got Bogart. No, yeah, they got Bogarts. Yep. You got Machado. I don't know what's going on there. And then the Rockies are just the Rockies. They have no chance finishing anything besides last in that division. So
yeah. But yeah, like you said, Carl, these Diamondbacks, they shocked me. Carroll's playing some crazy baseball right now. And let's hope he can stay on the field because he's with that injury that he got the other day. I think it was like the second time in like a week that happened. So hopefully that's not a recurring thing to where it takes him out for a long amount of time during this playoff run that they're about to get into. The Dodgers are the Dodgers. You know, they got some injuries, and if they can continue to play good baseball, they're 6-4 in their last 10 on a 3-game win streak. Um, I like their chances, but the Padres, man, that offense stinks.
Yeah.
It stinks. That's sad. All right, let's get into the next topic. What would you say the state of your favorite team is right now? We'll go with Carl to lead this one off.
Well, I picked my team to finish third in the division, and they're third in the division, so it's pretty spot on. I don't really expect too much different. We had a lot of injuries with pitching. My boy Matt Manning came back, popped off a no hitter, so there's something to be proud about there. My boy Riley Green also came back, popped off with a base hit. There we go, single, which then Spencer then brought him in on the RBI double. So welcome back, Riley Green. We got Fido that came back, I believe, yesterday. Brisky's supposed to be coming back. I think he actually came back today, but I don't know when he's supposed to pitch. But we got some guys coming back. If we can make a push for first, I would love it. But I expected third. We in third, so I'm not really. I'm good. I'm good where my team is right now.
Javon?
Yeah, for me, I mean, if you're a Bostonian, you know it's like World Series or nothing, and that's with every sport. It's like you got to win the Super Bowl, you got to win the NBA Finals. Every team you got, you want them to be in first place, and you want them to win it all. Um, Red Sox. That being said, the Red Sox are in last place right now, but there's just something in the air. Like this team is very exciting to watch from like top to bottom. I love watching every player. Um, I just think that, like I said, they're losing against the lower level teams when they should be beating them out, and I think that's really affecting us. But like in the division in the AL East, we're beating up on the teams that we're supposed to be beating. That last year they beat up on. Right now, I think we're 8-0 against the Blue Jays, and they beat us. I think like we already won the league series, like the season series against them. We're supposed to play them 14 times. We already beat them 8 times. And last year we beat them twice the whole year, something crazy like that. We beat up on the Yankees. I'm not even trying to throw jabs at you, Teddy. I think the one team that we've been struggling with is the Orioles. For some reason, the Orioles give us a tough time, and the Rays always give us a tough time as well. But if the Red Sox get into the playoffs, whether it's a wild card spot or any other way, I think we will make some noise and we'll do some damage. That's just how I feel.
If I have to sit through another September of "Don't let us get hot,"
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
the kids are still gonna starve. But the Yankees, man, I'm disappointed where they're at right now. Mainly because of injuries. Like it's always a yearly thing, and then the offense just looks terrible right now. Today, Giancarlo hit 2 home runs, and everybody else looked good. But there's games where these guys do not look like major league hitters, and it's sad. Yesterday, they went up against a starter who had a 6.3 ERA, and they did not put up a run against him. You got to execute. I don't know what's wrong with Severino. I mean, there's times where he looks like he's starting to get back to where he was before the Tommy John, and then there's just games where he just cannot get out of the first inning. And then if he does, he can't get out of the second because they just continue to hit the ball out of the park. And it's to the point where I'm starting to look at home runs on FanDuel against Severino. That's how bad he is right now. Yes. So
Get your money, Teddy.
and then we had Cortez. He's on the 60-day IL after he threw a bullpen. So at least we got Carlos Rodon back. You know, he finally made his season debut. I can't even say back because he never even played for us. We signed him in free agency for like a bunch of money. And of course, my guy Judge, he needs to figure out what he needs to figure out his toe, man. Because we need him to get this thing rolling. He's the key. He's the catalyst to this offense. There's no identity with him not in it, and it's making me mad. So what are some moves that you want to see your team make at the deadline? Javon?
I mean, I'd be okay with making some moves for some starting pitching, but other than that, I'm kind of happy where we're at. If we continue to like push, like I said, we're in last place. So if we don't make any moves at all, I wouldn't be surprised. But Heim Bloom is good at making like little moves that like make your team a little bit better. So I would not be surprised if we can pull off like a couple of small moves that end up working out, even if it's for the years to come. Um, he'll make some solid moves, maybe for some future players that are pretty good. Um, like when we traded Christian Vasquez last season, we got two prospects. One of them came up this year, Emmanuel Valdez, and that kid can hit. And he's playing second base. He made a pretty big impact in a couple games this season so far. So he might make some small moves that end up doing good for us in the future. So that's pretty much it.
Carl?
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't really see any moves that are like boisterous. I mean, I just want us to get healthy, to be honest. We're still missing a kill but dude. Still got a couple more pitches. Spencer Turnbull. Hey, look, after that no hitter, he can't come back. Like he just hasn't played. I don't even think he's pitched like 3 games. Like I don't know what's up with bro, but I just want to get healthy. If we can get another hitter, fine. I don't care where where you put him, because I'm tired of watching these 1-0 losses. We lost to the Athletics 1-0. We lost to, I can't remember who else, but we lost a couple games 1-0. If I look, I'm pretty sure I can find like 3 or 4 of them. So another hitter will be fine. But to be honest, I just want us to be healthy.
Can I make a hot take real quick?
Let's hear it.
Red Sox get Ohtani next season.
I would hate you. I would hate you.
Ohtani to the Sox.
Okay. All right. Since we're throwing out hot takes, I mean, oh my.
I don't care. They're 35 wins, buddy.
It's all right. It happens. I see the Yankees going out and getting Cody Bellinger from the Cubs or Jock Peterson from the Giants. Big lefty bat, short porch, you know. We only have, I think it's 2 lefties or 3, but they're not big time home run hitters like those guys are. I feel like Cody would like it in New York. You know, he's already played in LA. He's used to that big time media, all that stuff. So, and man,
Tell him calm down. Tell him, Zeddy.
dude, just stop. You guys don't have the owner that opens up that checkbook. You guys have the owner that just wants to get Um,
But the Nats wish for more wins.
oh, oh, oh man. But yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, this is getting crazy. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Otani go to the Nets.
Pocket now.
Otani, if he goes
I
to the Nets,
opened
he's
up
no
a
longer
can
my
of
favorite
worms.
baseball player. Gotta pick somebody else.
It's getting crazy. So with the home run derby and the All-Star game coming up, let's make some predictions. Who do you have winning the home run derby? Carl?
I struggle because the two guys I struggle with played each other in the first round, and that's Pete Alonso and Julio Rodriguez. But I went with the polar bear, man.
Okay.
Just a home run hitter, power hitter. He's always one of the favorites to win the derby. If I'm not incorrect, didn't he win 2 years ago, or was like in the finals 2 years ago?
Yeah, he's a two-time.
2 in a row and
Going
then
for
lost.
third.
Yeah, so he's been there, done that. It's hard to bet against Pete Alonso in this situation. I know Luis Robert has been murdering baseballs lately. J-Rod is, this is his hometown, so we got the crowd behind him. He was in it last year, did really well. But, and you got Vladimir. Like, I remember Teddy in that short going with Vladimir, but I just got to go Pete Alonso, man. This is just like, it's hard to bet against him in this event.
Javon?
I think I'm going to agree with Teddy. I don't agree with Teddy much, but I think in this one I'm going to have to. I think we're going to have to go with Vladdy Guerrero Jr. Just because I feel like that championship round. I didn't even know this, Carl, that until you just said that Pete Alonso is going against J-Rod in the first round. That's probably going to be their championship. So I wouldn't be surprised if both of them get gassed after that first round. So I'd have to go with Vladdy, even though Vladdy's kind of out of shape, but that dude murders baseballs. Like I see him at Fenway Park, just absolutely send the ball completely out of the stadium onto the streets, like five buildings over. So I don't know. It's gonna be exciting to watch, but I'll go with Teddy and I'll go with Vladdy.
Okay. Yep. As you guys know, I got Vladdy. He murders baseballs, and he said that he has no plan. He's just gonna hit home runs. So let's go.
Sound like a plan to me.
Right. And in the All-Star game, who do you guys have winning? AL or NL?
AL all day.
Yeah, I was about to say, hey, look, I'm gonna just go AL, rep the. Hey, look, that's my conference. They all got great pitching. They all got great hitting. So it's not like you can say this, and this. So we're just gonna go with the AL.
I think AL's won the past like 4 or 5 of them, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
There's just something different in the water on this side. And
Tom, I would have to say Jalen Hurts. That's who's gonna win the R2L home run derby.
Jalen Hurts. Hey, look. Hey, Jalen Hurts. We would love you to be on R2L. We ain't here yet.
Oh, man.
And by the way, that's a chat joke. If you know who's in the chat, Teddy about to get slandered.
I'm ready for it. So, who is more disappointing in the league right now? We got the Mets or the Padres?
I'm pretty sure we all gonna agree here, but I'm gonna go Padres. I don't even think it's close. Like Javon said, they spent all that money. They got all these names, all these guys. I didn't even name the pitchers they got. They got Musgrove, Snell. I'm blanking on one. I think he's actually starting today too. The guy I'm blanking on. I'm so sorry. I don't know how I'm forgetting by name right now. But they got pitchers, they got hitters, but they don't got wins, and it don't add up.
I have to agree with Carl on that. Definitely have to say that the Padres are more disappointing than the Mets at this point.
It was Darvish. I was thinking you, Darvish.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is bad.
Jesus.
Now I'm bringing you a commercial with Teddy's
Technical difficulties. Well, while Teddy's gone, I'm pretty sure we know Teddy's answer because we know Teddy's motto. It's going Met.
Oh man.
Sorry about that, guys.
You're good.
Where were we?
Most disappointing Mets or Padres, and it's on you.
Oh, man, the Padres. I knew the Mets were gonna do this. Like, come on. Yeah, the Padres aren't out of it, but they suck right now. So, I mean, if you really thought the Mets were gonna pull it off, then I don't know what you're thinking. I don't get it. Because every time, like I always say, the Mets will Met. And that's what they're doing. Tired of talking about them. They're the bad team in New York. You know. But what is the biggest surprise of the first half of the season?
Got to be the Arizona Diamondbacks at number one in their division. It has to be. Again, the jump from, I think they finished fourth last year, the first this year. Corbin Carroll being an outstanding player, fast, can hit the hit. I think he leads the team in home runs. Christian Walker stepping up. I think Christian Walker actually might lead in RBIs. I'm not sure if that's between him or Carroll, but man, the Diamondbacks. I remember we was watching the World Series and the Diamondback pitcher was pitching. It was like, why is he pitching? And Trent was like, well, he had this amount of wins with the Diamondbacks. That's impressive. I mean, now what Zach Gallen has, 9, 10 with the Diamondbacks. So, man, shout out to them.
Yeah. They're playing some good baseball. Said it before. I like the Reds. They're the biggest surprise for me in the league so far in the first half of the season. I hope they can continue to play well because they're just a fun team to watch and follow.
No, Teddy, I think you took mine, but I'll switch it up. For me, I'll go with the AL East, and I'll say biggest surprise to me is going to be the Orioles being in second place. I saw them like last season trending in this direction, but I wasn't sure if it was sustainable. And then this season, they're showing me that they're actually about it, and they're ready to move forward and start being a competitive team in the division.
And Mountcastle, he's still hurt, isn't he?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so that's it. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Orioles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I memean, Jerry, Tampa's always good. You know, these past 3-4 years, they've been at the top of the division, like fighting for it. So they're not really a surprise to me. Even with the injuries that they have in the rotation, they're just plugging guys in and they're doing what they got to do to keep winning. You know, yeah, the Cardinals are definitely one of the top story in the league for surprises.
Yeah,
Joe, when I think of surprise, I think of something good, not something bad.
Yeah, you don't want a bad surprise. And then again, I think even if you want to throw that out there, I still think the Diamondbacks being in front of the Dodgers at this current moment would still be more surprising because nobody looks at the Diamondbacks and go, "Oh, that's a top team right there." Especially because if you're in front of the Dodgers looked at as a top team in the whole thing of baseball. So for them to be in front of them, I think would be more of a surprise. Also, I wouldn't say Tampa is really a surprise because I believe me and Jerry both picked Tampa to win that division. Oh, no. Jerry picked the Orioles, but I think he had them second. And, I mean, Jerry also an Oriole fan. So, I mean, you would go – I mean, I like the Orioles. I ain't got nothing against them. You know, I just got to talk my trash. But I think he would rather – if he sees his team trending like Jovan said, they were trending that way, of course he's going to throw that extra oomph up there. And they've been backing him up, though. To be fair, they've been backing Jerry up. So I just don't think Tampa Bay being first is a surprise because Tampa Bay didn't they win the division the conference? Well, no, that division last year. Yeah, so I don't think that's more so of a surprise.
Yeah, Tampa Bay's been really good the past, I'd say, 4 years or so.
Yep. For sure. And that's why the Red Sox went and got their GM thinking that they would change this place.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand why we're spending like a small market team, but we have big market money. And we're just getting lower and lower on the money spent. So I don't like it. We pay a lot of money for hot dogs and beer, man. We gotta be putting some all-stars out there. So I hope if they get Ohtani, everything is forgiven for these past 2 years. I'll tell you that.
No, Joe, we did not. I mean, if you guys haven't tuned in to the latest short, Luis Arias, he's bugging. He's bugging. I like his little celebration he does every time he gets a hit. He like does a little swimming thing and he does this. I don't know what that means, but working. It's working.
I guess this is like for a Marlin.
Yeah. But I don't know what this is. But he's
Marlin shooting.
I guess so.
Hey, look, there you go. Interpretation right there.
And then every time he gets on first base, he's smacking his first base coach on the chest, John Jay. So, I mean, it's exciting to watch. He's a good story right now.
I hope he hits 398 just so he doesn't beat Teddy Ballgame. I just can't. I don't want it to beat Teddy Ballgame. Like, it would just be heartbreaking for me.
Yo, Tomo, play the music. Play the music. Oh, man. But that's all we got for you guys today. You guys have any last words?
Hey, look, man, shout out to the Tigers once again for that no-hitter. I you know what I'm saying? It made me feel really good to see that my boys can still give me a no-hitter. I mean, it's been almost 2 years, but hey, we got it done. Let's keep getting healthy. Let's keep stacking these W's. So I'm not the one doing push-ups at the end of the year. Joe and Javon are, so let's go.
Last word for me is shout out to Refuse to Lose. Shout out to BWT. Thank you guys for having me on again. I appreciate it. This episode was fire. This episode was dope. And make sure you like, subscribe, and share.
Oh, Teddy, I'm so sorry. Thank you for having me. I forgot how to say that on BWT. It's been forever since I've been on here. So thank you for having me again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, my guys. Appreciate you guys coming on, man. Like Jovan said, make sure you're liking, subscribing, and sharing this video on all 3 platforms. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.